Today we're going to go over all the retired true colors from Crayola. We're going to name them all and we're going to swatch them. And I'm going to have a swatch sheet for you available so you can keep track of all of them. I actually don't have all of them because some of them are like extremely rare, like only 1 or 2 boxes exist in the world right now, but some of them I have and we can go over them. It's a super pretty color palette. I wish Crayola would bring some of these colors back. There are even more retired colors from Crayola. Some of the colors they've renamed and they get a new color. So for example, Crayola had these state color crayons where they just were regular colors, but then they renamed them. And sometimes Crayola comes out with new true colors, like Beautiful came out, and in the 1990s they had 16 new true colors that came out, and they were able to add these to their color palette. But sometimes they retire colors. They retire colors like Dandelion, and they retire other colors like Maize and such like that. But today we're only focusing on the ones that were retired true colors. I have an 11-page document that I'm going to be offering to you guys so you guys can have it and watch in the video. I'm going to give a code that you guys can use to get 50% off of that, and I don't know how long that's going to be for, so make sure that you get it as soon as you find out about it. But the 50% off instead of $10 is going to be $5. But I've made a checklist so that you can check all of the colors that you have off, so it will aid you in finding all the colors that Crayola has retired. So why would Crayola retire a color? Let's talk a little bit about some of the history. So when the first color lineup of Crayola came out, they were called Crayola, and then they started to make other different types of crayons. Like they had a Rubens box, they had Perma crayons, they had Spectra crayons, they had Derma, they had all of these different crayon color lines. They were kind of experimenting, honestly, with who they should give these crayons to. It really, honestly, reminds me of Derwent. Derwent has a ton of color lines right now, the colored pencil line. What happened was Crayola started to focus just on their one gold medal box. For better or worse, it's kind of like a middle range. It's funny because when I was using these crayons, some of them were like a lot nicer to use than the current crayons. They were a lot more waxy on the paper, and the laydown was a lot smoother. So it's interesting how they changed some of the formulations over the years. They pretty much streamed all their crayons in 1958 when they came out with the 64 box. At that point, they were like, okay, we're not going back. They retired a bunch of colors. They introduced another bunch of colors. That's where we have the box that we have today. And then over time, they haven't retired as many colors, probably like 5 to 10 colors in that time. But in this early time, they had a lot of different colors. We're not going to focus on like the Spectra and the Perma and all of those different colors yet. We can later, but I just wanted to give a brief overview of the Crayola line, where we got to with those, because I did notice the Spectra's red was different than the Crayola's red, but that is something different that we can get into later after we have it. But I'm going to be doing more videos with the retired colors, and they will have like a label that says retired. So this is part 1. There's going to be hopefully a part 2 soon, because I am missing some of these early colors. I contacted someone I know and he has some boxes, and when I get those I will swatch those and show those. I'm really nervous to use them because they're old, but I will show the swatches so we can have all the swatches on one page, and then it makes it super easy to compare all these different colors. I'm Jenny from Jenny's Crayon Collection. Help you guys find the coolest art supplies for whatever project you're doing. And today the video I'm super excited about. It's one of my favorite ones. I love studying all the different colors that Crayola has. It's kind of what brought me into collecting crayons, is seeing all these retired colors. And I already have a video on silver swirls that you guys can watch, but that was like my favorite box when I was young, and it got me into collecting. And now to see all these colors that they have retired, it's really amazing to me. If there are colors that I'm missing, let me know, but this is as much information as we have right now. If there's more, I welcome you guys, write it down below. I hope you guys like this video. Let's get started. We're gonna get started on all the retired color swatches that I have. You guys want to just see this. I grabbed this from my website. This one will be free. This will be a swatch chart so you can keep track of all the retired colors. It'll be a pretty one. I don't have all the colors to fill it in with, unfortunately. I'd love to get them all someday. And then I'm also offering, it took me many hours to compile this list, but I have this. It's going to be available so you can purchase that. These are like, you can go through and mark all the colors you have. You could even swatch them out if you want on this page. I'll have all of the retired colors, not just these, but I will be doing videos on these throughout the year. If you guys wanted them, there's 11 pages right here. So this will be able to purchase. Its full price is $10 because it took a long time. But if you watch this video and get the secret code, which is going to be 2022, there you go. That's the secret code. You get 50% off, and it's only $5 instead of $10. Hope you guys like that. Let me know if you get it, if you like it. If you sign up for the emails, then you will be able to get updates as this gets updated, as I'm sure it will, because they retire colors all the time. So this was my notes on what I had and what I did not have. And this is our list. I tried to make this be centered, but because this paper is not quite 8.5 by 11, it came off. So what I'll probably end up doing is just cut it off to make it centered there. So we are just going to start. I have the year. I thought it would be helpful to have the year on here of when the crayon was retired, because sometimes they're listed twice on here. And it's interesting, like some colors I don't have on here because they were renamed. Like Flush is not on here because it was renamed. So we're going to start. Here's our 64, and we have some crayons in here. This one's in a little worse shape. So John Corb gave me a lot of these boxes, I think. Many of the ones I'm going to show today were possibly because of John Corb. This one has been used and loved. I'm going to find light blue on here. We have two light blues. We know this one is the one from 1958. When you're using old crayons, you just want to make sure that you're very super careful with them because they could potentially get damaged. Let's make sure that we're super careful with this crayon. And you can see this one, before I even colored with it, is coming out. I'm just gonna hold it right here. This one's probably a better one to use than another one since it's already broken. I did not break it. It was broken before. So this is a pretty color. You cannot get these colors. So I'm just trying to layer a little bit instead of pushing super hard. And that's what I'll be doing throughout the video. Zoom in a little bit. This is on bamboo paper from Hahnemuhle. It's just a little bit grittier. It showcases beautiful crayons. Okay, so now gotten the full. And hopefully pick up a little bit more pigment. Okay, so that's the range that you can get with that color. And a lot of the colors, oh boy. A lot of the colors are going to be coming from these Crayola drawing crayons right here. Look at how pretty that is. So now we have our light turquoise blue, and it'll be interesting now that we can compare these as we put them down. This one is definitely a little bit more turquoise. Seems to write smoother too. It could just be the age of the crayon though. Like some crayons will have, were stored in different conditions, so they might not be the same. They might have deteriorated a little bit more. All right, we've got medium blue right here. Let's see, where is it? They're kind of hard to read. It's so dark. Not to be confused with Middle Blue, which I don't believe I have, but I'm hoping to get it. So, and I decided to do this over doing a different chart because I wanted to see how beautiful these colors are. Even though they're like super old, I feel like they're super beautiful colors. And one thing I have not done, we're just looking at like the retired color names, but it also is worth noting, I don't have a lot of these boxes, is that a lot of the early colors were part of different boxes, and I did compare some of the spectra of Perma. And I had some spectra and I compared some of the colors and they weren't all the same. So it could be different box types had different colors in them, formulations. Oh, we got a little bit on there. Light magenta here. Right there. Light magenta is right here. But so some of these colors could have had like different formulations, or it could have just been the batch. Like it might not have had as much process control as right now. Meaning like now we're dealing with computers that are measuring, but like if you're measuring with a measuring cup, it's maybe not going to be as accurate as a computer would be at spitting in the different components for a crayon. So it could be human error too, causing different colors. So only way to know is to like have two boxes of some of these and compare those. That one ended up being really pretty. So I love doing the gradient swatches. This one's medium yellow here. You can really see the full range of the swatch. So we have a yellow medium, which is not what it is, I believe. It's medium yellow. That's why I have the year on here. So if you have a box and you know what year it's from, it's a little bit easier to know what that color is coming from. I really wish I could finish this chart, maybe one day. So it'd be interesting to compare some of these colors. This one kind of looks like Dandelion, which they retired. But Dandelion will also be on here because it is retired. And like I said, this is not the 1950. This is not the like a complete box of anything. It's just all the retired. So some of the ones that are in the boxes, like black and red, they're not. But we can like compare them at a different time, see how different those colors are. I did a comparison recently of the colored pencils and markers and saw that those were not the same. Interesting. I have not compared the twistables. Should they be classified as crayons or their own thing? I'm kind of leaning towards having them be their own. Oh, medium roses up here. Being their own entity. So this chart probably won't change very much because they don't retire colors very often. The last one was Dandelion. So it should stay the same. That's what I say, and then next year they'll be like, okay, we're retiring half our crayons. Medium violet up here. It looks, it's very, you know, this is the first time, because I have never swatched this 48 count box. That's what I should do sometime. I've got like 10, no, 6 or 7 of these 48 count boxes. But this is, I feel like this is the only one that had these rare colors in it. I don't know, maybe one of the other ones did, but I'm trying to be very careful with them because I do not want to break any of them at all. So we have green light, and then we also have light green. So make sure if you're doing this chart, leave space for the one that is older. Sometimes the crayons came back. This is like making me super happy. Sometimes the crayons came back and maybe had a different formulation. So this one is named just slightly different. We'll be getting to that one in a minute. That is so pretty. I feel like Crayola needs to come back with all these crayons. Okay, we have Cerulean Blue. We have Cerulean in the crayons, but this one was retired. So who knows if this one is like the Cerulean we have today. Could be. Here's Indian Red, but it doesn't count because it was still a color. That would be another video. Prussian Blue. It's a very, very dark color. This one is dark red. Down here, because it's super dark. We have Golden Ochre, which I don't believe I have, but this is Gold Ochre. I also have this in the Rubens, but it's not called Golden Ochre, it's just called Gold Ochre. Pretty, pretty color. Got light yellow here from 1958. And it is indeed very light yellow. I wonder how it compares to the yellow right now. So one of the reasons that some of these might not be actual retired true colors, the only way to test that is to swatch them and then compare them. So since I did not have swatches of some of these, I didn't want to make an assumption that they were the same color, but if I do the swatch chart and then I compare it on the same paper, you want to make sure it's the same paper, that it's the same color, then I can. Azure Blue up here. Very, very pretty color. This one is medium red violet. And one of the things you could do, so there's different wrapper types. I haven't actually talked about it on here a lot, but there's like different wrapper types. So the assumption is probably if you have the same wrapper on a crayon, it's going to be the same color, if that makes sense. For the most part. I mean, there could be human error and stuff like that, right? Like we were talking about. But if the wrapper is different, that's more of a possibility that the actual color could be different. Look at how pretty that goes down. Cobalt Blue next. Okay, so this one is definitely not as, some of the other ones like went down and they were, if you look at those, super, what's the word? Like lipstick or something like that. Like they went down super easy, smooth, silky, that kind of stuff. This one is very chalky, scratchy. Takes a little bit more to get all the color out. So a medium orange right here. This one is smooth again. I love this paper for this. I was like, I should try the bamboo paper. See if I like it. I have recently bought like a ton of paper, guys, because when I started this, I had no idea like all the different papers. And slowly as I'm going, I'm getting all the papers. Right, we've got middle blue green here. This one's harder because it's not very pointed at all. It's been well loved, and I can see why. It's a beautiful color. We have a Carmine Red right here. This one went through so many different iterations. It was renamed Carmine Red. But out for the sake of retiring, it's only on here once. I don't know, maybe it's like, some of these I do have on here more than once. Some of them were different colors entirely. So yeah, I guess I should compare the original Carmine with that, but this is what we have right now. Brilliant Rose. It's like a purple color. It does not look like it. Oh, maybe it's not a purple color. I need to change. I actually don't have the hexes available for you guys, but I do have them on my computer. I need to switch that around, so I will make sure I switch that around before I send the swatch chart out to you guys. That definitely is. Oh, that's a very, very pretty color. This one actually, maybe those two could swap places. Or I don't know, I'll figure it out. So I had to put the hex for the website. And then the last one we have is going to be dark green. This is what it is so far. Those are so pretty. These are super, super old. I have to be very, very gentle with them. 1906. I actually repaired the box. It was in shambles, so I'm very gentle with it now. And we'll just start pulling them out. This one is medium green. So we have a medium green here, green medium. So it's like, is it the same or not? Let's look at this one. Of course, that one's not the right one. So I'll show you this really fast. And this is something I haven't totally tracked. So these are both medium greens. And what we'll do is just on the back of here, I am pressing ever so lightly so I don't break my crayon. They pretty much look the same, which is good to know. All right, so we'll go, even though it says green, medium, comma, light, they could have lots of different ways that they're showing it. So we are gonna put it under medium green because it was before in 1914. So oh, these actually go down really well on this paper. Super. Now I'm just gonna come in. Just layering like crazy. I don't want to push way too hard. I don't want anything to break. Especially very rare colors. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? This is what it looks like inside. So this one is rose pink. We already had rose pink right here, so we don't need to look at it. What we can do, I probably should do this more. It's pretty much the same, so we'll just leave it at that. We don't have to redo it. Because say this one is English Vermilion, which is down here in the corner. And like I said, some of these I might trade around, like this one and this one. We'll see when the chart gets done. This one's definitely like a more orange type color. But the laydown is super easy. This one, look at this wrapper. It's so interesting. Madder Lake. So I don't know what they put into some of these. Like how they came up with the colors. That one's super pretty too. Here, oh, some of these do not want to come off. Okay, that's okay. It adds character, right? This one is Magenta, which is not retired, so it will not get swatched. This one is Chrome Yellow Medium, and see how it has that little comma right there? Chrome Medium Yellow, Chrome Yellow Medium, same pretty much. Okay. Oh, that one's pretty. Okay, so this one is super close to the medium yellow down here. I will probably move that up there. For you guys. Not that you guys will be, hopefully, you know, this isn't one of those swatch charts that's going to be super easy to But it's one of those that you can get and fill in as you go and kind of save it for a long time. Okay. All right, this one's yellow. Gold Ochre. So we already have our gold ochre. This one could be like a different color. It pretty much looks the same. And this paper I feel like is much better than the paper I'm doing these random swatches on. Burnt Umber is not retired. Medium green. Ooh, that is such a beautiful color right there. Oh, wait, did I already do that one? That one's so odd. Okay, never mind. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, it's on there twice. Okay. Maybe I should just remove it. I'm not sure. Okay, Chrome Green Dark. That's always my... Oh, I just realized I spelled that wrong. I will fix that. Chrome Green Dark. My biggest fear is I'm doing a swatch chart and I put it in the wrong one. So this one's a lot more chalky. Maybe I can move those. I don't know. So we got another Cobalt Blue, but we already have that down. Ultramarine Blue. It just says ULT. It's very interesting. So I'm wondering, this one perchance is a different one. I don't know, it's very hard to read. But it definitely, it's got a purpley tone to it. Very off from what the hex color I had thought it was, though. Okay. So you have Chrome Green Light right here. Ooh, definitely needs to move. I'm wondering if this medium green was a lighter one. I'm not sure though. I don't know that I have that one. So we'll just leave it as is for now. This one's super hard to read. I can even hardly read it. I need one of those dusters on here. They're very, very flaky. Venetian Red. It's really got this like earth tone to it. So I have these two crayons, but I can't tell which is which. This is definitely Venetian Red. I'm wondering if this is the Venetian Red Dark or Dark Red. Okay, I think it's Dark Red, and I already have Dark Red. So this one is, I think this one is olive green. Okay, so this one is medium yellow, and I also have a medium yellow here. This one says 1922. Yeah, I feel like it's the same as that one. So I don't think I have a yellow medium. Right, just for old sake, we'll pull out this one. I don't think there's any colors in here, but look at the wrappers. Cobalt Blue. They're definitely different than those other wrappers. And the, all of these, that one doesn't even have a name. English Vermilion, but we already have that one down. Sienna, green, red, violet. I did not put in all the violet changes. I guess maybe I should. Like, that one's so hard to track. Okay. Closing that box up. Now we're gonna go to this box, because it had some also that were, and these ones actually, I know the names that I'm looking for, so this should be super easy. Some of these others have been taking time. Lemon Yellow, 1990s. So this one was introduced in 1958. And then it was retired. They like to retire yellows for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, this maze, look at that. Yeah. I'm sure I probably have another maze, but I'll just use this one. I love every crayon, right? No way I want to sharpen these. Orange yellow coming right up. So definitely with those earlier colors, there is some confusion because I do not have all the boxes. So as I get more of those boxes, I will let you guys know, and then we can definitely revisit all these older colors. I'm hoping to get some of these like maximum colors soon. That would be great. So that would be, I'll if I get those, it'll be a part 2 of the series. Okay, we have got orange red right here. I just wanted to illustrate too how beautiful all these colors are, even though they're retired. And if these two end up being different than what I was supposed to do, what I'll do is maybe just like tape some of this paper over that, so that way I would get the same effect. I do love this paper for these crayons though. It's really picking up. And I had no idea before. I was like so uneducated with all that stuff. Thistle. Thistle's a really pretty color. I do not know why they retired it. But I definitely need to move some of these around. I will. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Thistle. Here's violet blue here. And those earlier ones, like the 1906 box, I had the box could be from 1906, but maybe some of the colors aren't. I don't know. So, or maybe they were all the same, but you did notice how some of them had it spelled out, like medium, MED, and then the next one had it all spelled out. So it just really depends. Ooh, that one's more purpley. I think I'm going to switch some of these around. Why did I stuck all the grays over here. Like, why is the gray here? Sometimes it's hard to know where to put these grays because if you watch, I have a coloring color theory, and it talks about grays and different ways to combine colors. Oh, what a pretty color. It is very close to Cerulean Blue. Do you notice that? I'm noticing that. Which they retired. Okay. But once I have more pigment on there, I can see it's different. Okay, raw umber. Got right here. And I have all these down here. Oh my gosh, look at that. Got specks of crayons. This one's a lot more, it's very interesting. Some of these crayons are a lot more chalky, and this is one of them. I feel like the chalky ones, I definitely have to do a lot of layers because the pigment doesn't come down as easily. Right, for umber is down here. Interesting. You know what? I don't know if pink beige should be on here because it wasn't really retired. It was just changed. So I might remove that one. For our next one, this is like one of my first boxes of crayons. So this is where we're going to find some more retired colors. We've got Blizzard Blue here. This one actually was in the color tournament. This one's very chalky too. And it made it super far. But it lost, I think it came in, like it was in the final 8 colors. So I'm very proud of Blizzard Blue. It's definitely very hard to color with compared to some of these other ones. Okay, here's another one we have retired. It's Mulberry. These crayons, it's so funny. I've been using all these older crayons, and these ones are definitely not as silky and smooth as the last one's. Very, very interesting. I don't know why that would be. Unless Crayola changed their formula to be not as flaky, and because of that now they're more chalky when you put them down. We've got our Teal Blue right here. Yep, again, kind of chalky, but is it bad to say I like the lay down of the original Crayola crayons better than I like the current? Oh, well, I don't know if these ones are current. I guess I would have to pull a box from this year, right? That one's a very, very pretty color. All right. What do we have left? Dandelion. Of course, Dandelion. Our Dandelion, our very sad one that we had to say goodbye to. Okay. See how close this one is to medium yellow. It's a little different. It's kind of like orange yellow, but a little different still. Oh, raw sienna is here, so I need to go grab that raw sienna. It got retired and then it came back. Okay, I do not have a magic mint here, I believe. I'll have to go to another box that's missing from this one. So now we get to pull out our fluorescents, because I know it's in here, but here's the thing. Okay, these ones have been used a little bit, so I'll use this one. Oh, that one's Screaming Green. Magic Mint. These are all the retired colors that I personally have. You can tell I'm missing quite a few of them. I'm hoping to pick up some of these other colors, but some of the ones that are like 1910, you can only get if you have a box of like some of the original boxes of Crayola crayons. So it's pretty good that I have this many, but it's still one of those things where it's like, yeah, Cobalt Yellow, I have no idea if I would ever get that one. Some of these other ones, like 1910 ones, I just have no clue because, like I said, it's one of those things where it would be hard to get them. But these are all the retired colors. I hope you guys enjoy this part one. If I get the other ones that go in here, it'll be a part two. And then I will also do some other videos on the other retired colors from those charts. Right here, we'll have our other retired colors that I can show you. Also, some of them are like just renamed colors. And then some of them, like the specialty ones, are a little bit different. Some of them, like they're based on some of the scent ones are based on original colors, but then some of these are just new colors. But though we did have confetti and pearl crayons that came out this year, so they might not be retired anymore, which is interesting because then we would have to take them off. But eventually it would be nice to have a complete color list, and not only the retired colors, but do a complete color list for all of Crayola. But right now, this is what we have for the retired true colors. Which one is your favorite? I'm really liking this Brilliant Rose, even though I need to switch it over. And just some of these, the laydown was amazing. The Ultramarine Blue, the Green Blue over here was really pretty. I really liked these colors and they were really fun to use. I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you check out some of my other ones. I do have a video where I swatched all of the 64, original 64, and I swatched all of the 1906 box that I showed you. I have those all swatched in a video, so make sure you check out those videos. And I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.